What's up, peeps? Welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Welcome back to Love and Laugh with Nolan and Lynn.
Nolan will share some. What do you call that?
I will speak a little bit about having patience, especially here in the Philippines. So the subject matter will be patience. Patience, having patience.
Yes. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe.
What's up, peeps? We're back again. Your crazy, funny couple, Nolan and Lynn. Nolan, the shucky ducky, cracking up the whole room. Lucky Lynn. Love and laugh with Nolan and Lynn. Come on in, let the good vibes spin. No drama, just that happy grin.
Good evening, YouTube peeps.
Good evening.
Lynn's in the background here. First of all, I want to say good evening. This is Love and Laugh with Nolan and Lynn. This is take number 2. I attempted to do this video this morning, and I actually did the video, but there was no sound. So I'm redoing the video. This evening, we're going to talk about being patient in the Philippines. Now, patience in the Philippines is critical. Patience anywhere is critical, but especially here because of the different customs and cultures and just the way they carry out business and just the way they behave naturally. It's a lot different than the way us foreigners do in our various countries. In most cases, like me being from the USA, it's rip and run. It's hurry up, hurry up. You're always on the move. And even our government facilities, they operate very efficiently. So I mean, stuff gets done very quickly in most cases. But here in the Philippines, they move to the beat of a different drum, as some people will say. Things are a little bit more slower, and there's no urgency in the most cases. So, and being a Westerner from a different country and a different structure, it's something we're not used to. So, patience is key here in the Philippines, especially if you're just coming to visit for a week, 2 weeks, or whatever, and then you're going back to your home country. It's no big deal. But if you plan on making the Philippines your home, then to become more patient is critical to the way you're going to live and adjust here in the Philippines. So I have a step-by-step process. I say, number one, please understand that you are a guest in another country. In most cases, lots of foreigners, they like to bitch and complain about certain things of how things are done here in the Philippines, and cry about this and cry about that. I even have some friends like that, and I just tell them and say, if you don't like it here, you're free to buy airline ticket to go back to your country, wherever you're from. Nobody asked you to come here, and you sure as heck don't have to stay here. So you need to understand first that you're in a different country, and not just the different language that they speak. Everything is different. The government structure, the way the people act, and just the behaviors are completely different because they were brought up different than you from whatever country you're from. So you need to understand that you are in another country. You're not in the USA. You're not in Europe. You're not in New Zealand. You're not in Australia. You're not in your country. You're in the Philippines. So respect that. And number one, you need to learn how to adjust to the way it is here, or you decide to, okay, it's time for me to go back to my home country because I can't make it here. Because many people, they come and they can't adjust, and they say, okay, I can't deal with it here, so I'm going back home. I respect that. But for the ones that they stay, they complain, they bitch, they stay, they bitch, they complain. Maybe you need to reconsider living in the Philippines. Maybe you need to go back to your home country so that you can adjust to something you're comfortable and normal with. Number two, best to do a deep level of research before you choose to live here on a permanent basis. And that's just anything you want to do that is something specific. You're changing a certain direction in your life. You do, even heck, you're buying a new car, you're buying a phone, you're buying a camera, you're buying something. Most people are going to do research and see what's out there. And the same thing with the Philippines. You do some research because maybe the Philippines is not for you. Maybe you could adjust better to Thailand or Vietnam or somewhere else. But just do your deep research so you can understand. Okay, I can adjust to this. This is going to take a little bit more time. So when you do come here, you don't get hit with a huge shock. I mean, when you come here, there's going to be a shock anyway because it's completely different than what you're used to. But just educate yourself so you have some type of understanding of what you're going to be facing if you choose to move here on a permanent basis. Myself personally, I researched the Philippines for 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And I made some contacts with people here that lived here. And so I had an understanding of what to expect to a certain level, but you really never know until you're actually in it, till you get here and you experience it. But it did help me. It did help me adjust a little bit quicker because I didn't have complete culture shock because I knew what was going to happen to a certain extent, even though I hadn't experienced it yet. Number three, understand that complaining in the Philippines will not change anything here. Complaining, bitching, moaning, it doesn't do anything here. For some reason, the Filipinos are very comfortable with the way they live. Right, wrong, or indifferent, they're comfortable. And the mindset of the Filipino is not they do not like confrontation. So you're not going to see a bunch of them picketing outside a business that maybe did something wrong and complaining. That's just not their nature. They're not very argumentative. They're not confrontational. That's just not the mindset of the Filipina or the Filipino. They're very easygoing people, and they're willing to accept something, even if it's something that is against them or whatever. They're willing to accept it for whatever reason. I think that a lot of that has to do with the way you're brought up, and your customs and cultures, and the people here. They just don't rage against the government. So understand. So a foreigner complaining about this, complaining about that. I mean, that just gonna give you a lot of anxiety and stress that you really don't need. Because I tell my friends this all the time. I didn't come to the Philly even if I'm starting a new relationship or something. I tell them, look, I don't have no time for drama. So if you're into the drama and all that stuff, then me and you are not meant to be together because I didn't come here for no drama. So and they don't like drama for the most part. They don't want to be don't want to be confrontational. So it's not going to work here. And the last one, the bottom line is if you feel uncomfortable living here, leave and go back to your country. Just like anything else, if you don't like something, you do something different. Like a certain restaurant, you don't like going there, you decide to go somewhere else. So now let's talk about the positives and the negatives. Let's start with the negatives. The negatives here in the Philippines is the infrastructure, and that's a lot of the patience which you have to have because the infrastructure is very, very slow. I mean, extremely slow. I'll give you an example. I had a friend that got married recently, and just like anything, when you marry, you need paperwork from here and there and this and that. There's a lot of things that you need, but here, you bring them all the paperwork. I said, okay, well, they'll go through your paperwork, and the first thing that is incorrect, I'll say, well, you need this. But instead of going through the whole list so you can do everything you need to do, so you go get that, you come back and say, okay, you got that. And then they'll continue, oh, you need this. Rather than just going through it all and tell you everything you need so you can go out and get what you need and then come back. So it can be a very long process. And just even going to the government offices for whatever. Some places, like for me, every 2 months I go get my visa is extended. But where I go here is very efficient and very quick. But not all immigration places are not. Sometimes you're down there for 2 or 3 or 4 hours. Sometimes a whole damn day waiting to get your visa extended. So you have to develop patience for that because it's not like your country to where it's pretty quick. It's pretty responsive. Here, it's very, very slow, very slow. And a lot of things that they do, you ask yourself why. You ask yourself why. And the government bureaucracy, and that's a part of the infrastructure problems. Traffic, just like anything else. Cebu, because I think it's the second largest city in the Philippines, so there's traffic issues. And Manila's a nightmare in Manila. So, but if you're from New York City or somewhere where there's a big city back home, it's the same issue. We still have traffic problems there too. The positives, the people are very loving, very respectful, very kind, a good group of people. Uh, that's one of the reasons I enjoy being here because um, very few, if any, a-holes in my country. I say 70% of the people are a-holes. But here, the people are very good people. For us foreigners, the cost of living is a positive because in the United States of America, $1 equals $1. But here in the Philippines, $1 equals, I think right now it's a little over 58 pesos, um, which is good. And also, lots of things are a lot cheaper here because of the strength of the dollar. Like I give this example, I live in a house, 2-bedroom house. We've got we've got 3 CRs, a CR in each room, a CR downstairs, 3 air conditions, 1 in each bedroom and then 1 downstairs. Um, the amount of money I pay for this monthly is I'd say about 260 US dollars. But the same place back home in the USA, I'm looking at about 1,700 or maybe 1,800 US dollars for the same place. So very inefficient. And in most cases, foreigners, if you get a decent chunk of money and you budget it well, you can live very, very, very well here. The weather is very good here. I'm currently in Lapu-Lapu, which is part of Cebu City, not too far from Cebu City, and the weather here is just like it is in Florida. We have the times when it rains, but for the most part, it's normally hot and humid, just like it is in Florida. No snow or nothing like that. We do have a rainy season, but not that bad. And it's interesting too, kind of like Florida. We have the typhoons here, and they have the hurricanes in Florida. So it's just, kind of the same kind of crazy stuff. Um, and another positive is the many beautiful beaches. I think the Philippines is 7,000 beaches. So it's very, very beautiful. And I only think I scratched the surface yet. I've been to a few places, but nowhere near close to any of the other places I want to visit. But the scenery is very nice, and of course, on those beautiful beaches, there's some very beautiful women. So it's very good, very, very good. Um, that concludes me talking about patience. If anybody has any specific questions, please leave a comment in the description of this a video. And anything else, if you have anything, again, we always say that to our subscribers to let us know if there's something that you want us to talk about, anything that you're interested in hearing about, or just something about us. Again, please like, please comment, and please subscribe. This is Shucky Ducky. So